All right, we are rocking and rolling. Balancing high mileage with running and building a business is no joke. I am constantly demanding of my body and mind on a daily basis. And because of that, my days can look like 5 a.m. mountain runs, straight to an investor meeting, straight to a creative problem solving situation where it's like, how do we get this done? And while some of the days could be super demanding and like stressful, it's what I love doing. Like, I know that what I'm doing is exactly what I want to be doing. And I feel like a lot of like the corporate experience that I had over the last 14 years and getting into ultra running has prepared me for this. So with that, over the years, I've dialed in a supplement stack that supports recovery, focus, and performance. Those are kind of like the three pillars of like what I think about. So I can keep showing up in both of my worlds, whether it's my athlete life or my founder life. So let's just jump right in. The number one supplement that I think everybody should take, whether you are an athlete or not, is electrolytes. I take, this is the first thing that I take in the morning when I wake up. I get 12 to 16 ounces of water, usually around 12. I take one serving of electrolytes. The brand that I use is called Mortal Hydration. They have a really good mango flavor and cool branding. Not gonna lie, it's pretty sweet. I really like them. In Colorado with altitude and like the dry air, it'll completely wreck you if you are not keeping up with your electrolytes. And electrolytes, you can think of three components: sodium, magnesium, potassium. And you can find these micronutrients in different foods or supplements, but electrolytes is like one that I believe that we should be taking on a daily basis. I even take it on non-training days just to ensure that I'm keeping my levels up to par. So again, Mortal Hydration every single morning also helps with mental focus. Last thing I'll note about that is on my effort days, so like on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, those are my harder days, I will do 2 servings. I'll do one before my run, and then I'll do one right after my run, just because I am putting a little bit more output. I want to make sure that I'm replenishing that extra fuel that I took out of the system. Number 2, alongside with hydration, so this goes in the morning water as well. This is my daily greens. So I'll add Green Vibrance from the company Vibrant Health. So that's this one here. What I love is that it takes care of a lot of things at once. It helps with like my probiotics, my antioxidants, and my adaptogens. And this is like my insurance policy for the days when like my food is just not right. So like if I'm traveling or I had a meeting go long and like I just didn't get to eat the food that I needed to eat or whatever it may be, that's my insurance policy. So I'll take that every single day with the morning electrolytes. It's non-flavored, so it doesn't impact the mango electrolytes that we take, which is awesome. So it's just super easy. The second thing I'll note about them, they are a lot cheaper and the same level of value as one of the super popular daily green drinks that people are paying $100 a month to drink, which is crazy to me. I don't believe that you should be paying $100 a month for a green drink in the morning. This bigger one is like a 3-day supply, and I want to say it was like $130. It's like $40 a month, something like that. $45 a month. I would check them out. There's going to be links below this video of like everything. There'll be some discount codes like for some of the brands that I work with. So if you want to check that out, that'll be down below. So number 3 is going to be creatine, which is another supplement that is super popular in the industry. There's tons of different forms of creatine, whether it's like powder, pills, gummies are exploding right now. But like we've also seen data coming out about like, do these gummies actually have the creatine that they say that they have? So that puts some questions out there. But for me, I use the creatine from the company Floyd's of Leadville. They are a local brand here to Colorado. The big difference between them and other brands is that they are creatine HCl and not creatine monohydrate. What is the big difference? There's two things. Number one, it's not going to give you the bloating that people experience with monohydrate. And number two, it is far more soluble than monohydrate. So your body's going to absorb HCl a lot more efficient than it would with monohydrate. So these are pills. These, as I put the greens and the electrolytes in the water, I'll just grab 3 of these, pop them, take the water, all set. Number 4, this one is more specific to the guys, which I think it's mainly guys that watch this channel. I'm 37. I recognize I am not a young buck anymore, and testosterone is something that I need to keep an eye on. And so because of that, I use Marsmen. So this is a testosterone support, all natural. So like if you think about like the different levels of like testosterone products out there, you can think of like this more in the supplement category. So if we have different levels, there's like supplements, then you have like stuff like peptides, which is like one click above. One click above that is like TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. And then a click above that is going to be like your steroids, right? So this, I'm trying to stay as natural as possible for as long as I need to. And as long as my blood work on a biannual basis continues to show my levels are where they need to be, I will stick with that. So some of the ingredients with Marsmen, the big 2 here, is like Tangkat Ali and Shilajit. I think you can see that in there. That focuses out. So that's really great. This helps me feel really good and like balances out all of my hormones. So check them out. That's more for the guys. I would think like typically if you want to start thinking about it, I mean like 30s, maybe 32, 33, 30, I would say 35. If you're overly cautious, 32. But I really love them. I think they're great. Feel good, no side effects, nothing like that. Next one up, we are no stranger to taking protein. I take whey protein. The brand that I use is Ascent Protein. They are local to Colorado as well. So, you know, between trail miles and lifting, protein's a non-negotiable for me. I use Ascent just in my morning smoothie, which I think I have a video on this channel that goes through like all the different ingredients in my smoothie. Just goes right in. It's convenient, digests well, and helps me hit the protein goals. I think the morning smoothie has like 60 grams of protein. So like it's just a good way to kick off the day and just ensure that I'm getting around 150 a day. So Ascent, you can get that online, ton of different places. You can get it at Costco, everywhere. The other one here, let's take a look. A carb intra workout. So as you guys know, there's some days where it's like double workouts and I'll need to have carbs during the workout. So I will use the Feed Labs carb drink. And this is something that just like 1 scoop gives me 30 grams of carbs and 150 milligrams of sodium. The sodium I'm not too concerned about. It's the carbs. But if I know like I have something big, like I can just do 2, even 3 scoops to get like a ton of carbs at once. And it's non-flavored, so you don't really have to worry about anything. But this is ensuring that my glucose levels are up through these sessions, especially for the 2-a-days. Helps regulate my blood sugar, which is something that I recognized 2 years ago that I was pre-diabetic because I was eating too much white rice. And so selecting the right type of carbs was something that was really important to me. So like right now, all I eat are sweet potatoes. Like I've pretty much eliminated, I mean, if I think about how the percentage of carbs that I eat, how much are white rice, 20%, maybe 10% now. Mainly sweet potatoes, carb drink. I have like sweet potato sticks. It just helps with the glycemic index level staying a little bit lower. So for that carb intra workout drink, you could also put that in your like water bottle. So like if you have a big run and you need to, I would do one of these, the electrolytes. So you have your electrolytes up and then you mix it with the carb, put that in your water bottle. You'll be pretty good for a super long run. Like if you're trying to hit something like 2 hours in the mountains or super hot, do that. 1 scoop of each, you should be fine. The last one here, we never talk about nighttime. We always talk about morning. We always talk about like go, go, go. we never talk about nighttime routine. And if you have been following me on Instagram or follow me on Instagram, you know that I have been obsessed with Start Fuel Co.'s Super Sleep Serum. This is like a new tart cherry, I'm not gonna lie, was a new flavor for me, and I was a little weary of it. And once I started drinking, I was like, this is such a nice way to end the evening. And so it's so nice too, because like when I travel, you just take the packs. It's super simple. And I absolutely love these. I take one every single day before I go to bed, 60 minutes before. Sleep, I mean, there's so much. You can take every supplement in the world. If your sleep is bad, throw everything out the window. It's just not gonna work. You need to have high quality sleep. So you have your light, your REM, and your deep. Light is kind of like whatever. REM, R-E-M sleep, that's essentially when your brain, that's like when you dream. It usually happens towards the end, I think, of your sleep cycle, if I remember correctly. That's why like you remember your dreams towards the end, and that's like what you wake up thinking about. REM sleep's typically at the end, if I remember correctly. REM sleep is essentially your flushing out of the brain. So like cognitive function happens during REM sleep. Deep sleep is more on the physical side, like muscle recovery. That's in the deep sleep. That happens before REM sleep, kind of in the middle towards the end. So by having something like Super Sleep Serum, this helps promote quality sleep. It's not like a melatonin where you take, you know, a 5 to 10 milligram melatonin and it just like knocks you out cold, and then you end up waking up in the middle of the night anyways. So yeah, there's a link below. Some of the ingredients for that one too, I wrote down: magnesium, GABA, L-theanine. I mean, these are like ingredients that we need to get that high quality sleep. So, like I said, none of these supplements will replace your discipline to follow your nighttime routine, your consistency with like your workouts, and just like your quality sleep. But they do support the work. As a founder and a trail runner, I'm constantly on that edge between mental and physical stress. I could probably use more breaks, but this is that chapter of my life where things are very exciting, and I am very grateful for the opportunities that have come up over the last few months. And so because of that, I'm very diligent with the ingredients that I put into my body, because I know you are what you eat, and I trust these brands. These are brands that I put in my body, and I feel very comfortable sharing them with you. So if you do want to check them out, like I said, there's a link below this description, or in the description. Some have some discount codes if you want to check them out. They do support me, and you know, being able to do more content like this. So that would be greatly appreciated. If you also want to check out a more in-depth article, I also wrote out these supplements and like why I take them and stuff like that in a link below. If you have any questions around like your supplement routine, you know, leave them in the comment section below. I appreciate you watching. And before you leave, I'm going to end this video a little bit different. For those that know me or follow me on Instagram, you know that I just got back from Italy, and I wanted to share just a couple of like my favorite photos from Italy. It was a quick trip for my friend getting married out there, and it was eye-opening. It was really cool, and I just wanted to share a couple photos. So if you wanted to check them out, stay tuned. If not, no sweat. We will catch you in the next video.